What is up? This is your boy Clear, reporting from Earth on the 8/8 Lionsgate portal of 2021. Leo new moon. 1 year testosterone anniversary. Integrating so much in my body. Acupuncture, let's go. Queer body work, let's go. A massage. My elbows are so sore right now from my push-ups and arm wrestling. My sister said she sees me as a boy. My life is so different than it was a year ago. And I am able to function on Earth this well for the first time since I was like 7. And I'm very grateful and a bit overwhelmed. My body is processing so much. Plus, of course, the ascension, which is so interesting to be going through an ascension spiritually with the Earth community and beyond. While my physical avatar is changing so much too. Here we are. I'm really happy, and my relationship with my dad is changing a lot. My relationship with my mom and sister feels so close, like I can be their, her brother and her son, and love and protect them and have compassion for them, and first and foremost just see the incredible beauty and tenderness of women and the vulnerability of women, not because they are not strong, but because patriarchy is so violent. I said it. Here's a white feather, That's spirit saying thank you for speaking the truth, Clear. Because I used to not even speak about things with shadow aspects. Wouldn't even acknowledge them, so I wasn't able to process them and process how they're changing. I think from the perspective now of being masculine, I was telling this to my mom, I feel that men and masculine people have a responsibility to hold space in a certain way that depatriarchizes, undoes the patriarchy. Men and masculine people have a responsibility to move and hold energy in a way that patriarchy's shit. I also just feel so confident and comfortable, and like I can have the relationship with my sister and with my father that I've always wanted to have but never knew how to have. They have both very strong personalities, and I was a people pleaser. And my whole life, I literally tried to serve my sister and my dad in different ways. From when I was a child and was doing it literally, playing service games with my sister, being like, can I be your servant? And always trying to please my father and get him to like me a certain way and wanting to feel like enough for him. I always felt like that. And he was always like, you are enough for me. And I have a great relationship with my dad. And now that I'm a boy, I don't even care what my sister and my dad think of me. Suddenly, it's like the thing I was always running after, I let go of authentically, naturally, effortlessly as I've transitioned. And it just naturally is gone now. So our family dynamics are changing. And I don't know if my dad knows quite where to place it yet. But my sister and I, our relationship is closer than ever. So it feels really good, and it's a lot. And my relationship with my mom is also closer than ever. It's like where I thought that I was supposed to become a woman. That always made me so anxious and depressed, and I just didn't want to be here. I didn't want that future. I didn't want to be on Earth. And it was like this nagging thing that would come after me, wanting to not be on Earth, not wanting to take my life, or just being really, really sad and not knowing where the sadness came from or how to transcend it. And it taught me a lot of lessons. And one thing recently that I'm leaning into is not pitying myself. I think recently in my journey, there's been a place of when I do start to feel sad, I notice that I'm self-pitying. There's a part of it that's based in self-pity, which is like a lack of gratitude almost. And I would lean into the sadness in a way that didn't feel authentic or like it was actually good for me. So yeah, like the depression of gender dysphoria taught me a lot. Taught me lots of skills for how to work with sadness, which is an inevitable emotion for all of us. And now that I get to be a boy and I get to have these beautiful relationships now with my mother and my sister, and I now get to function in the world in the way that I think most people get to, which is as embodying the gender that they feel aligned with. And I'm like, oh, so it was this easy for everyone else? Or like, this is the world we're living in, where not everyone is crumbling at every moment. And I know that, you know, other people, there's different experiences with mental health that we all go through. And realizing that this is kind of how the world is functioning is mostly in people who are aligned with their gender. I'm like, oh, this is like way easier than I thought it was. Or like, I see what world you guys were living in, you know? But still, there's also this feeling of just being even that much more proud of how strong both my mother and my sister are now that I get masculine privilege and I'm starting to feel safer. And I expect that part of that is because I'm just being me, but I also know that a big part of it is how society protects men and masculine people. At least that's how I perceive it, as someone who was a woman and now is a man. And I know that that's true. Of course that's true. We're living in patriarchy. White feather delivered for truth telling. Ba 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 ba. Oh, there's salmon bones on the ground. Look at that. Right by the ocean here. That's what I mean by protect my mother and sister. It's like I now have an invisibility cloak of masculinity in a patriarchal world, and they are both so strong, and the things that they still have to fucking go through. Like, it was so hard for me to be a woman, and I think it's hard for anyone to be a woman. And that's okay. That's just what it is. It's good to name that. It's good to name that, because it won't change until we can really just name it and hold space for it and the truth of what it is. And women are so special. They're everything right about humanity. However, it feels safer to be 3D and a human as a man. It's like my boundaries are stronger. I feel like I expect to be respected more. That matters. Respect matters. Feeling respected, expecting to feel respected as you move through the world you're in really matters. And I want women to feel like they know they're gonna get respect. No matter what type of a woman you are, no matter what type of a femme you are, no matter who you are, I want everyone to know that they can walk through the world and expect to be respected. So, I love you women, I love you trans people. I love you non-binary people, I love you femmes, I love you mother, I love you sister. Ooh, I love my family. I really got lucky. This is how I'm processing my transition and my embodiment in this moment on the 8/8 Lionsgate portal. This Leo new moon 2021, my 1-year anniversary of being on testosterone. I took my shot yesterday. My sister watched me. She was the first person who has ever been there while I took a shot. And it felt amazing. I'm very, very grateful to be alive. Thank you for all being here with me and being on this ascension journey with me. Your work matters. Your shadow work fucking matters to mine. I can feel y'all doing your shadow work and blossoming into who you are, and I want to see you exactly as you are. I don't want any shortcuts. I don't want you to cut anything out. I want you to be true to who you are, and I want to see that person and all of that person and that person only. I don't need you to be anything else. Okay? Here, holding your hand every step of the way. Look at this beautiful white flower. Can you see it?